Yo guys, it's your boy Jeffrey from Silent Jeffy DT Gaming, and today I'm coming at you with a life story. Now, this life story is how I broke my fingers. Now, I'm not talking about like sprain or anything like that. I'm talking like cracks in the knuckles. Like this luckily wasn't on my right arm, right hand, whatever you want to call it. This was on my, thank God, because I'm right-handed. But it broke my middle finger and ring finger on my left hand, and this hurt. Like, you could watch this game that I kind of sucked at. I mean, I just did it for gameplay and stuff, but like, we creamed them, but I still did bad. But I had fun. I had my friend LT with me, and so another thing that happened was basically, okay, this was at a daycare. I'm not gonna say what name because that might reveal my location. But let's see. Let's call him Nate. Nate was a chubby, voluptuous kid. No, I'm kidding. He's not a woman, but he was chubby, But he was a good guy, man. He's not really my friend anymore because he just hangs out with bad people. But like, let's call the other person Anthony. Anthony was a small kid who I haven't seen in real life for a long time since the story, just because he moved away and he stopped going to this daycare. Let me think of the last one. Let's call him Angel. So Angel was a big kid. Like, for his age, he is ginormous. I'm not saying he's fat, but like he's just tall and like just muscular. And so basically, we were playing tag. We thought this was gonna be an ordinary game of tag. Like, our parents were gonna pick us up. We just do this because the daycare lets us outside. And so we didn't expect this to be the day where I broke my fingers. And so what happened next was, I know this is the stupidest thing ever, but what we did was we did this thing where we put sacrifice and we push people down the slide, and of course the tagger's always at the end of the slide ready to tag people. And some kid, I hanged on because I knew the tagger was down there, but he kept pushing kids on me. He put Nate, Anthony, and freaking Angel on me. It was heavy as heck, and I was holding on with my left arm, and that's the weaker arm. And I was scared as heck. I'm like, no, please. Like, I was having fun, but I was like, no, please, don't push me down. And eventually, there was too much weight for me to carry, and I fell. But because they were like leaning back, we flipped, and we fell on my fingers. And with all those three kids, that was the only thing supporting the weight. And with all those three, that's more like 300 pounds on top of me. So 300 pounds plus just fingers holding you doesn't exactly equal the safest thing ever. And I started screaming, like, get the teachers! And they started laughing, like, this was the douchiest thing ever. Like, they started laughing. I'm like, get the teachers! And they were listening, they're like, It really got me mad. And then, like, they got me mad, and we got the teachers, and they were telling me to move it. I'm like, are you an idiot? I'm like, why do I need to move it? They said, oh, so it doesn't get stiff. I'm like, if I have a cast, it's going to be stiff. Like, we didn't know it was broken at the time, but I kind of had a feeling inside that it was. But, I mean, there's always those baby kids that always like, I broke my fingers, just because they hurt it. But I'm not like that, man. I don't assume that it's broken automatically just because it hurts. But, then, like, I go up to the office. They give me some Tylenol stuff to ease the pain. They call my mom, like, your son hurt his fingers really bad. And the teachers made them stop playing on that slide. And after that, basically what happened is, I don't even know how I didn't die there, but basically what happened is I went and got x-rays at this place. It's like a children's ER. And they gave me x-rays and did all that, science, rocket science. No, I'm kidding. But it turns out I had fractured both of my fingers. I had two cracks near my middle finger, and I had one crack. Okay, you're probably gonna be like, crack, but don't do that. There was one crack in the knuckle of my ring finger, and it actually hurt more than I expected. They gave me a splint, which I guess helped. They gave me medicine to like ease the pain. And at the night, I woke up and I was in so much pain. I had to take that medicine. And that was the only night I actually had to do that, because after that, the pain just went away. But the next day, they decided to keep me home. We went to this other place where I was gonna get my cast, but my fingers were so swollen that they decided not to give me the cast because it'll be too small and we're gonna have to pay extra for a new cast. So after that, I was actually pretty scared at this point. And so when they did that, they gave me the cast, and I just stayed home for the day because my mom didn't want me to take, because I just wanted to relax at home, you know, just get used to this. But it was a splint, so like it was just covered in wrap and a little metal thing at the bottom. And then I don't even know how to explain this, but like the next day when I went to school, I wrapped it in the jacket because I don't want people to be like, oh my God, what happened? And then I saw my friend, this is in school where I see him every day, but let's say his name is Dempsey. Okay, let's just call him Dempsey. And he came he was like, why weren't you here yesterday? Like, this was my only absence the entire year because I'm a goody, not really. And this was my only absence, and he was like, what happened? Were you sick? I'm like, no. And he was like, what happened? I pull my arm out, and he looks at me like, the frick happened to you? Did you freaking murder someone? That look. And it was actually really funny because everyone started freaking out. They're like, can I sign that? I'm like, no, because it's rap. Whenever I get a cast, you can. A week later, like, my parents would not even let me take showers with that cast on long. Like 5-minute showers. So you can imagine that really sucked. Because you had to wrap it in some wrap so it doesn't get wet because you can't get it wet. And after that, it was basically just they only expected 3 weeks, and everyone was signing my cast. It was an orange cast, and they only expected 3 weeks for that cast to be on. But it turns out it was freaking, 6 weeks, because the second time we went, they made my mom pay extra, another $245. This time I got blue. Only 2 people signed it, and they were girls, because, I get all the ladies, but not really. And it just went from there, and I was so bored in PE. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this, remember to like, comment.